instant reactions, guys. It's been a
Which
few hours
Adam?
since it happened. Let's start with you, Chino. Instant reaction.
It is definitely a big get for AEW. Edge or Adam Copeland is somebody who I never expected to jump ship from the WWE, but we live in a different time now, I guess. And siguro 11 years before, had he not gotten injured, or how many ever years before, had he not gotten injured, siguro he would have stayed a company man with the WWE, diba? Pero as we know, na-injure siya, he had to take all that time off, then made his big comeback. And I think like Adam Copeland is at the point of his career where he's just exploring, kind of like Brian Danielson, just exploring, trying to see what else is out there before he hangs up his
Yeah.
boots. You know,
Mm.
so if that's what he wants to do, then I'm all for it because there are also matchups in AEW that I would love to see FKE Edge in, diba?
Yeah.
This
Mm.
this matchup with Christian, the current Christian right now, is pretty interesting. But then again, you also have a lot of potential for other other matchups as well, and it's also going to be interesting to see if he's able to keep up with the type of wrestling AEW is putting out there. Yung mas mabilis na pace, yung not so much on the storytelling, longer matches even. So it'll be interesting to see how he holds up in that field.
Mm-hmm. Ikaw, Emil, kagigising mo lang. You were telling me over the DMs that that was literally the first thing you saw upon waking up. Kamusta
Yeah.
naman?
Kasi, nagising ako actually to watch the main event. But I was still kind of, inaantok pa ako, nakatulog ako. Yung pagising ko, nakita ko na si Edge spearing Nick Wayne. So I literally missed when he when he made his entrance. And it feels so bad. I was watching it live, so I can't go back in it. Pero pinanood ko na siya ulit. And, it's kind of shocking to me na, like, the only thing that he didn't bring over to AEW was his name. Pero like that's the same guy that we saw in his previous run in the WWE. Because usually with guys switching over, usually there's something different. Like when Ryan Danielson came over, like his presentation, his mannerisms, hindi siya yung Daniel Bryan na napanood natin sa WWE. But with this one, I feel like this is parang crossover, parang feel ko naging crossover siya na this guy who we just saw weeks ago had this quote unquote final match in Toronto.
Toronto, yeah.
Oh yeah, diba? And now he's doing this on another company, which was it's really cool to see. And I'm just excited for what he's gonna do kasi up until that point I never really thought Edge was gonna be in another wrestling company not named WWE kasi all our lives, or at least all my wrestling life, Edge is a WWE guy. So I'm very very excited to see what the future holds for Adam Copeland. And yun, first program ayun na, may saktong program na with his friend Christian. And they're gonna cook. I feel like they're gonna cook with whatever it is like they're gonna do in the next, I don't know, 3 months. They could stretch this out until Revolution next year.
Yeah, it's Edger and the Birdman going at it once again. So if you're a fan of the ENC pod, you know. Ro, you and I have been Edge heads for quite a long time, and I think aligned naman tayo na we go where Edge is happy, diba? Like whatever makes him feel at ease, especially now that he's about to turn 50. He's basically going on this last dance farewell run, much like our boy Brian Danielson. So, do you want to get into your feelings on the whole matter?
Yeah, sure. Pero my feelings are consistent on this. Like Chino said it well actually. He wants to, do whatever he wants to do, fill out check out the bucket list items on the bucket list that he hasn't checked out yet. People will say now, you never thought Edge would, leave WWE. A lot of people will say that. But also a lot of, I didn't think that because a lot of people aren't like us. They haven't been in the game. Like, who know firsthand that anything can happen when it comes to these industries, when it comes to these leagues, these sports. Like, I never expected I'd be working for MWF. If you asked me like 5 years ago, diba? Full time, I had been booked there. But these things happen all the time. Like, I don't know how you can follow pro sports and not, I know,
Yeah.
and not be aware of the possibility na your favorite player on his long-term team may one day move to another team, diba? Diba?
I mean, to be fair, 5 years ago, wala pa naman din AEW,
Yeah,
diba?
yeah,
So,
exactly.
so hindi mo
Exactly.
din pwede sabihin na lilipat siya ng TNA
Yeah.
or ng
But even
whatever,
even
Chris
diba?
even
Jericho
then,
kind of laid the groundwork. Siya yung
Tsaka-
unang
Diba?
WWE lifer who took the big jump or made the big jump of going to New Japan. And that really changed the game. I think Chris Jericho was the big catalyst here.
and
That's a
before
fair
Jericho,
point,
and
yeah.
before I know, and you know, Chino did say before AEW, before Jericho. I mean, his buddy Christian did the same thing already, like
That's right.
15 years ago, or
Kurt
you know,
Angle. Si Kurt Angle
yeah,
pa.
18 years ago, back in 2005. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are things that have happened before, and I don't understand personally. I don't understand why people are so surprised. Like, can we really expect? I know. Can we really expect loyalty? And is loyalty really that important? Na rin when you have dreams to fulfill, when you have items to check off the list, right? If you have possibilities you wanted to explore, like yeah, Stan said we were happy wherever Edge goes, and that was tying back to what I said last week about the releases. Now, if you're happy, if you're fans of these people who are leaving the coop in WWE, then shouldn't the mindset be to follow where they go instead of lamenting the fact that they're no longer in this company that you are used to watching? Diba? Parang,
Eto, what if I'm an older fan and I don't have enough time to follow 2 or more wrestling companies?
I mean, weigh your, ano, diba? Weigh
Oh,
your,
kung if you are a WWE fan because of Edge, then natural instinct will dictate na susundan mo si
Yeah.
Edge sa
Oh.
AEW, diba?
Weigh your priorities in fandom. Exactly what Gina said. Na, if you like this person, you like Edge, if you like Ali or whatever, you like Edge, go to where Edge is. And if Edge was the guy that was keeping you watching, or the idea of Edge being back anytime soon was keeping you watching, I'm not saying that obviously that's everyone watching WWE. Then doon ka saan siya lalabas. That's the whole point of people moving. They want you to go where they go. And it's just sad na we're still caping for one team and the other. So I don't know. It's 2023 and with all the wrestling on the internet. Yung pa rin yung ano.
Yeah, I
Yung pa
think
rin yung,
that just helps contextualize Rose's tweet from earlier where he said, and I quote, "Now I have to hear from the WWE casuals and
Yeah.
fanboys who didn't want Edge to jump ship."
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, it's, you know, I hear people who say they don't want Edge to move because they want Edge to stay in one place. But kung hindi na siya masaya doon, kung mas masaya siya sa ibang lugar, di ba? Why wouldn't that be a reason to support him and his quote unquote future endeavors, right? Like,
May
I
sinabi
don't.
may sinabi
Yeah,
si
go,
Kenny
go.
Omega over the weekend where Kenny Omega put out something so poignant, and I want to quote
Yeah,
it here.
go.
Yung sinabi niya was, I can't believe I know it's hard for people to understand, but we live in a wrestling world now where people are actually happy when your friend moves to another company. Diba? Hindi sila nagbe-bet against one another na parang, oh, ba't mo kami iniiwan? Nobody in his circle at least feels that way. So parang ang ganda lang din ng statement niya relating to what Ro was saying. Kasi even the wrestlers themselves don't feel this
Yeah.
animosity
Mm-mm.
of jumping ship, diba? So why should we as fans feel na parang, oh, bali si Edge kasi lumipat siya ng AEW?
And to contextualize further, and there are some people who will say now, oh, I don't like how AEW does their wrestling, so I don't support, or I don't really want to see my favorite WWE stars go over there, and vice versa. And I think these people don't also think about the fact that what if, you know, Edge being there makes the place better, and, you know, kind of eliminates a little bit of what you don't like about it, diba? But like that's what Bryan Danielson did for AEW, I think. He slowed some of the story, he slowed some of the wrestling down. You know, it's not as car crashy anymore. So I don't understand the reluctance to not see at least what it would mean for the new place and for the person moving as well. So yun lang naman. I don't mean to offend if you are not, ano naman, if you're not a rabid hater of the other company, diba? Yun lang naman. It's just really I dislike hearing it when people put down the move as though the wrestler was beholden to them by staying in the place they loved watching. That's what I really don't like. Na akala na the wrestler owes the fans this loyalty to the company.